In our continuing series on Malaysia, we take a look at the country's awareness of environmental protection. Malaysia's population density is much lower than that of Taiwan, but experts say that many citizens have little concept of environmental awareness. The country is rich in palm oil, which is a high economic crop. However, the reliance on palm oil leads the country to rely on grain imports. Furthermore, previous practices of slash and burn farming have taken their toll on the environment. Although Malaysia has improved its farming technique, smog from Indonesia is still harming Malaysia's environment. Here is our in-depth report.
Climate change is now being regarded as one of the global phenomena, and Malaysia is not been been left away from this climate. It's also facing the same. The sea level rise problem in east coast of Peninsular Malaysia, Sabah and Sarawak. We have already projected that the sea level rise has increased from 0.9 centimeter per year.
Previously, Malaysia suffered very few natural disasters, but more and more have appeared in recent years.
Natural law has been destroyed, so the impact on the world will be very long.
The weather has changed dramatically, and its effect has begun to affect the population.
Climate change has also contributed to a lot of things, such as insufficient food, water shortages, and so we must advance agriculture through technology.
Malaysia's climate is quite hot and suitable for planting palms, which produce palm oil. So far, 5.74 million hectares have been cultivated with this crop, which is equivalent to 1.6 times the size of Taiwan.
In this country, 70% of the crop are palm, which can produce 5 metric tons of palm oil per hectare. This is considered to be a high-yield economic crop.
After planting palms, 2 years later, it can be harvested. Palm fruit is perennial, with no particular harvest season, as they grow year-round.
This is the flesh and kernel of the palm fruit, with palm oil accounting for about 50% of its weight. The endocarp can be used for activated carbon.
Palm oil has brought huge benefits to Malaysia, which leads the world in production, though in recent years neighboring Indonesia along the equator has produced even more. These two countries account for some 90% of global production. However, ignoring the environmental impacts does not come without a price, as traditional palm cultivation has led to air pollution.
Before, 100% of our fertilizers were chemical, and we also use pesticides, and we also slashes and burned the fields.
Illegal fires have been harmful to the environment. Some of the smoke has also drifted over from Indonesia, causing the suspension of flights in Malaysia, as well as school closures. Air pollution has also caused respiratory diseases in countless numbers of people.
Malaysia's humanistic concepts and development are much like other countries, as humanistic matters are out of balance with construction, which has created a lot of social problems.
With no expected change in continued cultivation of palms, Taiwan's environmentally friendly practices may slow down the negative impact on the environment.
We see a lot of fertile soil in Malaysia, and the government hasn't done much in education. So I think it's a good time to become involved and utilize some of Taiwan's experience, which can be applied in Southeast Asian countries.
Tony Peng studies soil and has developed the bioorganic fertilizer. For this, he acquired a large amount of cocoa and coffee residue, which he recycles.
What we call biochemical organic fertilizer utilizes natural raw materials, such as discarded material, which we can turn into fertilizer.
Residual organic matter is put through a technological process which involves microorganisms to produce a high-tech agricultural fertilizer.
If you talk about environmental protection, farmers will not accept it. But when you discuss technology and how it can help the environment of preventing farmers from wasting their fertilizer.
To improve the environment, the government began environmental certification and endorsement by the Palm Oil Board. Peng's bioorganic fertilizer has gotten more visibility, as he not only sells fertilizer to palm orchards, but also recycles palm residue.
turn it into a fertilizer from our cosmos. And then all the fertilizer will return back into the estate.
We have used Taiwan's many years of agricultural experience as well as our ideas on how to make the soil more fertile.
Malaysia launched a decade-long economic plan. This included laws friendly to agriculture, including government incentives, which led many to seek agricultural business opportunities.
I think that those seeking the best stuff and the best concepts will all come to the same conclusion that Taiwan's agricultural practices are the best.
Wang Yu-kai has established a revolving restaurant in Kuala Lumpur, providing 360-degree night views. In addition to operating a high-end restaurant, he has an excellent mind for business and immediately hit it off with Ken Chong, who has an interest in agricultural technology.
Taiwan has a lot of advanced technology, and we are able to introduce.
After several visits to Taiwan, they launched a 100-hectare parcel of land, which they named Asia Tropical Agricultural Pilot Farm, where they carried out some experiments.
The fruit in this Malaysian orchard is actually inferior in taste or smell when compared to Taiwan. It is hoped that Taiwan farmers can bring their farming techniques here.
At present, the team has been joined by Taiwanese who have 20 years of experience in China. Lu Li is now turning his focus to Malaysia.
Coming to Malaysia, I see a lot of things that I saw in China 20 years ago. I think there are a lot of opportunities for Taiwanese coming here.
We should become involved in farming because we understand all of the other processes in the back, but we don't really understand farming practices.
Learning farming techniques allows these individuals the opportunity to better treat the land.
We have also launched our own national policy on climate change statement.
It's time for people to understand and to wake up.
Climate change is becoming more and more intense, and everyone should share the responsibility of protecting the earth as its citizens actively defending our shared environment.